zReportage.com issue number 1020 story of the week. Broken families. Pictures by four-time Pulitzer Prize winning ZUMA Press photographer Carol Guzy. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, wait outside New York's immigration court to arrest individuals immediately after their hearings, often as people exit courtrooms, turning routine check-ins into deportation traps for migrants seeking asylum. Detentions lead to families being torn apart, causing immense trauma, as parents are suddenly gone, leaving children behind often without explanation or proper care. According to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, more than 2 million illegal aliens have left the U.S. in 2025, including 1.6 million who have voluntarily or self-deported, and over 527,000 deportations, said Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. Monica, Rosa and Christopher? Take me, not him, they will kill him, screamed Monica, a distraught woman from Ecuador, as she and her children were pulled away from her husband Ruben as he was detained by ICE after his immigration court hearing at the Jacob Javits Federal Building in New York. She continued to plead with an officer and was violently thrown to the floor as her children wept. She was taken to a nearby hospital to be examined for head injury. The ICE officer was relieved of duties pending investigation, and then reinstated. Ruben was recently released from detention and the family reunited. Samara. A wife gives her husband a final look while ICE federal agents detain Joan Paul Olcivar de la Cruz, a migrant from Ecuador, married to Samara de la Cruz, a U.S. citizen, after they attended his immigration court hearing in New York. The distraught woman broke down in tears and screamed, "Fuck New York, fuck Donald Trump, fuck ICE," as she left the courthouse weeping. She was pregnant at the time of his detainment but had a miscarriage soon after, which she blames on the stress of his detention. Franulis. Yonkwanaid was holding his 3-year-old son Emmanuel as ICE agents approached his at the doorway of his immigration court hearing at the Jacob Javits Federal Building in New York. They gave him a moment to go back in the waiting room to say goodbye to his wife Franulis and other son Yonefa, 8. He wept. "Husbands are taken away in front of their children," said Franulis. Franulis is struggling to pay the rent and care for her health with a new baby on the way as her husband awaits an uncertain future, languishing in detention. Grace. A court observer assists as a migrant woman and her children from Ecuador weep after her husband was detained by ICE agents and federal officers after their immigration court hearings in New York. "Please help me, please help me. Take me too," she wept as he was led away. Later, a security guard breaks down in tears in a moment of tender humanity while witnessing their heartbreak. The family was inconsolable with despair. Jessica, Dylan and Christina. Jessica Supligacha was 8 months pregnant when her husband Jorge was detained by ICE in September at the Jacob Javits Federal Building in New York. "I felt the world was coming to an end," she wept. "They change your life overnight." They are both from Ecuador, and she is now a naturalized U.S. citizen. Jorge had fled the gang violence that killed his brother. They were married in May but did not have enough time to petition the court before his hearing. He was deported to Ecuador 3 days before the baby was born and remains in hiding. Anita, Scarlett and Ashley. "Why are you taking away my father from me? He is the only one I have," wept 10-year-old Scarlett, clinging to him as ICE agents detained him after his immigration court hearing in New York. Anita and her 2 daughters struggle after Hamel was taken, leaving a broken family. Scarlett's biological dad was murdered, and this is a second painful loss in her young life. After languishing in detention for over 3 months, Hamel made the difficult decision to self-deport to Ecuador.